are. Hello, we are on air, and I apologize if there was a delay on your end. There was on ours, but luckily we're all here now. I am KJ, otherwise known as Kelly Joe, and I have a very special guest joining me tonight on this webinar jam. Her name is Courtney McGarrow, and I'm super excited for you to stick around and hear her story. Before we get started, I ask everyone to please take a moment. Take a moment right now to turn off your cell phone, shut down Facebook tabs or anything that might kind of be in the way and get distracting. We only want a moment of your time when you look in the broad picture of what we're doing here. It's going to take up less time than your favorite TV program. So we do really appreciate you spending time with us, and we ask that you do tune in. Before we get started, I just want to tell you why you're here. Either you've seen this through social media or someone's invited you, and you personally might be looking for more in your life. I want to briefly tell you my story, and we're going to get into some awesome information and hopefully a whole lot of inspiration. I was overworked. Won't say underpaid, because that was not what was happening. I was a master fitness trainer in New York City for the past 10 years. And, when I got introduced, or my eyes got opened to this new opportunity in my life, at the time, I wasn't looking for anything. Literally, I was super successful. I've been in Shape Magazine, Time Out New York. I've been in the morning news in New York City often. Rachel Ray had done like a 4-part series on my Bridal Boot Camp. It was pretty lucrative and pretty successful time in my life. What I started to realize, though, is no matter how much money I was making and how much success I had, what I was lacking was time. And so there was an imbalance in my life. And so maybe that's why you're here tonight, is you feel that some part of your life there's an imbalance. And so we are here to talk about solutions. And these solutions can help you in so many different ways. So when I did take a delve into this, it was a short amount of time once I made the decision that I continued to do what I do, and that's to inspire and help and lead a life of love and caring and beauty. But what I was able to do was to retire myself from my personal training career and work full time with my daughter here at home. And that really was what I wanted at that point in my life. Being a new mom, I had said, I got to switch gears. Success or not, I need more time. I need more time to watch my daughter grow up. So I jumped in, and it's been a game changer, life changer for me. You're going to hear from Courtney very soon. So just sit back, enjoy, take notes if you want, or just use the chat box and say where you're from. Use that chat box for some questions. We'd love to know, because at the end, if we have some time, we're going to answer those questions. Give me one moment. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we're just going to get started. Always a quick disclaimer, because what you're going to be seeing and hearing tonight is not evaluated by FDA. There's weight loss involved in some of the products we're going to be discussing, and what's typical is based on your desire for it, your commitment to it. And when we're talking about some cash involved and money involved in your life and freedom, it also is, again, up to you, your elbow grease, your skills, your personal ambition, and time commitment. So that's a quick disclaimer. Everyone is different. And that's why I'm so glad you took a moment. Let's find out what's different about you. Let's find out what makes you tick. Let's get you dreaming again. Now, do you remember when you were a kid and you were asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? I remember for a certain amount of time, I wanted to be a surgeon. I think I was like in 3rd grade. So right now, just close your eyes. Do it with me. It's kind of goofy. Just close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in and relax your mind. Let it go. Just imagine. Imagine right now, if no time or money or any sort of responsibility looming over your shoulders, time was not a concern. You had all the time in the world. Money was no concern. You didn't have to worry about the next bill showing up. You didn't have to wonder if you're going to get a layoff or if there's security in your job. None of it mattered because you had an abundance of all. And imagine when you woke up in the morning, you felt amazing. You didn't have to go running for the coffee pot to get some juice in for the day. You woke up feeling refreshed and ready and excited for what you're doing in life. That's called a dream. Who are you helping? Where are you traveling? What are you doing? What kind of changes are you making, not only in your life, but those that you love around you? Go ahead and open your eyes, and I surely hope that produced a little smile on your face. That dream may be something that got lost along the way, the journey of life. Now, we need 3 things to find balance, to truly own your life. And these 3 things, sometimes you're weak in one and strong in another, and sometimes you're off balance in all of them. And that's what we're here today to discuss. These 3 things that you must have if you fully want to own your life. You must have time. Do you have time to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want? You have to have money. Now, I hate to say money rules the world, but no, money buys you many things like time. Money offers you many things like freedom. Money relieves stress. And health. Now, without your health, time or money don't even matter. So what area, which one, time, money, or health? 1, 2, or 3. Use the comment field. Which one would you like to have more balance in when it comes to your life? And don't worry, no one's here to judge. We're all here. This is really something I think everyone faces and no one's really talking about. So we're here to get raw and real, and let's talk together. So just assess, are you living your ideal life? What would that ideal life feel like? Because every single one of us has 86,400 seconds in a day. And a lot of us are using a lot of that time working. And when I say working, most often we're working for someone else's dream. And now if you're entrepreneurial and you've built your own business, you might be working even more than those who are working for other people's dreams, because building your own dream takes a whole lot of time. So you might be seeing more seconds in a day spent on work. And what I've known and what is actually a Gallup poll, 70% of people hate their job or are just completely disengaged when they're at work. Now, that does not mean inspiration. That means people are getting a job because of necessity, not because of desire. And I feel like it's also something that we've been trained in. Now, the perfect job, I've been doing this a while. And when I ask people, what would a perfect job be in your life? Well, I'm asking you now. Which ones of these might be what is missing in your perfect world? How about no boss? Would that be a perfect job? No alarm clock? You can just sleep in when your body wakes you up, it's time. No discrimination, no employees. If you are an entrepreneur, maybe that's a hard thing to manage. No commute. You really enjoy the people you work with. What about getting to choose those people? Having personal growth as an option. Doing something positive in this world. Having time freedom and having unlimited income. You determine your paycheck. Those are some common responses. So please keep in tune in that chat box. What would you think a perfect job would be? Any things that I haven't mentioned? And now you personally, it's all about you tonight. What if you had the opportunity to think different and get outside the box? Because we've been brainwashed. I call it the 40 lie. We've been told work 40 hours a week for 40 years. And you'll get that white picket fence and retirement oozy goozy feeling. Well, guess what? I mean, if you're young like me or Courtney, we aren't going to see Social Security, guys. That is broken. So there is no retirement for the young people. So you have to create it yourself. Now, even if you're in love with your job, I want you to still hang out on this webinar. This isn't about firing your boss or breaking away from what you're doing. This is about creating a balance in one of those areas. So stick with me here. And I want you to think outside that box. We've been trained to be worker bees. We were told since we've been in school, listen to the teacher, listen to the professor, listen to your boss, go out, get a good job. Yeah. Well, what is a good job? What is real wealth? Now I'm going to talk about this gentleman, Robert Kiyosaki here. If you're not familiar with him, he's a self-made billionaire, entrepreneur, rock star of a man. Like, follow him, Google him, check him out. Best-selling author, into real estate, into oil. He's a guru in many ways of creating wealth, many ways. Now he wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and also The Business of the 21st Century, a really recommended book to read if you're one to know about what's happening in the 21st century here. He said the number of days you can survive without physically working and still maintain your standard of living, that is true wealth. You got that? It's the number of days you can survive without physically working and still maintain your standard of living. So what you're doing now, if your expenses, let's say, are $4,000 a month, in your savings account, you've got 12 grand. It means you're about 3 months or 90 days wealthy. So if you lost your job, if you got injured and couldn't perform your job, if you were on maternity leave and your income got zapped, how wealthy are you right now? Some people can't even say that they're 5 days wealthy. You know, they're living paycheck to paycheck or living on credit at this moment. So if you had to stop, how long are you going to survive? Just ask yourself. You know, you can answer in that comment field, but you don't have to. This might feel a little personal. Maybe you want to keep it to yourself and just sit and reflect. But your goal to create wealth would be to develop residual income or passive income that is greater than your monthly expenses. Now, what is residual income or passive income? We're going to get into that right now. Now, with passive income, there are two primary sources. That could be money working for you. And this would be things like stocks and bonds, T-bills, money market, interest from savings. Now, what I find tricky with some of this is you actually need the money to put forward or to set aside in order to play around in these bonds, stocks, and money markets. So someone without that upfront equity kind of doesn't have as much luxury to let money work for you if you don't have a huge savings. And I would say I've even heard from many investors, it's really good to start learning. If you are going to adventure in this, it's good to start learning the market yourself, because it's not easy and it's not always, unless you really trust who's managing your money. Sometimes it can get a little dodgy out there. And then businesses working for you. Now this one I think is very common. Real estate. We understand that very easily, that you can be flipping homes, renting out homes, and that money continues coming in. Royalties from books or music. If you have a talent and you've published that and put it out there, you're going to continually get paid on that. Actresses and actors, they'll do a commercial and continue getting checks in the mail, or a movie. Now, some people are really brainiacs. They can design software that can continue being sold and downloaded everywhere. Owning vending machines, that's one form of constant income stream, but that also either you have to hire out someone or go and, keep up those machines yourself. And then there's network marketing. Now, if you're not familiar with that term, network marketing, that's really what we're going to sit here and talk about tonight. And I'm here to introduce some new thoughts around it and maybe new light on the topic that maybe you're not aware of, or maybe you've never gotten informed. Well, you ever recognize this gentleman, Bill Gates? He actually said, if I would be given a chance to start all over again, I'd choose network marketing. Well, I think Bill is a pretty amazing man, and he's actually done a lot for him and his family and the world with the entrepreneurial mind that he has. So he sees the beauty in it, as do many others. Here's Robert Kiyosaki again, who actually, his quote, "The richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for a job." So building a network, that's really what it means. And that's what we're going to get into. But hang on. I know a lot of you out there might be saying, okay, I've heard of network marketing. Isn't that a pyramid? Well, no, but this here is what a pyramid is. They're beautiful. If you don't have If you haven't seen, get out and check them out. And if you don't have the means to, well, good thing you're here. Maybe if that's something on your bucket list, we can help you get there. I do know something that very much resembles this pyramid, and that would be the corporate infrastructure, where the CEO sitting at the top you can start to see as you get down through the status, president, vice president, executives, management, and then employees, all of those. And then there's even like subcontracting and hired in and, moppers and cleaners. No one in that lower tier can ever work their way up to CEO unless you took it to bed with them. I don't know. You're never really going to climb the ladder. There's a lot of push and shove in corporate, and who's sitting at the top's always at the top. Those sitting at the bottom are always working for those at the top. Well, what I want to present to you and kind of expand your mind is that network marketing is more like a tree. If we really want to say, what does the image look like? It looks like a tree. Now, for instance, here's you. You are just sitting there. You're a trunk. You're strong. You're living your life. You're flexible and strong. I like to always say that I am a tree, flexible and strong. Now, you get really excited about something happening. Now, let's just, for the sake of anything, say a great restaurant in the neighborhood. You love this restaurant. You love the people in it. You love the food. You love the price. It's your favorite restaurant. So you share it with a few friends and you're like, you got to come eat with me at lunch next week. Oh, you got to get there with dinner with your family. It's the best restaurant in town. Well, next thing you know, your friends are loving it and they're talking, because that's what people do. We love to talk. And then they start sharing with their friends, and their friends are like, get over to this restaurant. Before you know it, that restaurant is booming. But you know what? When you're referring, and which is what we do, word of mouth referral is really how this world goes round. When you're referring a restaurant, you don't get anything in return. Maybe a thank you. If those people came in with your name constantly, you might get a thank you or maybe a free meal here or there, but you're not going to be getting a royalty check or a residual check in the mail for every time you refer someone to an awesome restaurant. But when you're within a network marketing company and you're using a product that is shareable and consumable, you then are, that's the beauty of it. It's not a retail profit you get. It's a word of mouth sharing the good news that you start to get what is called residual income. You create that passive income. Now, it's not just about you. It's about every person involved. And that creates a deep rooted system. I'm talking roots grow wide, they grow deep, and they just keep growing with or without you, because it becomes team effort. Really, a lot of people excited about one thing or one certain, shift or mindset shift. And next thing you know, you start to bear fruit, because those roots really do produce fruits. What each of these fruits stand for are your dreams. Not just yours, but everyone on your team. It's a team effort, and that is so opposite than corporate. We do not kick anyone down. We are lifting them up. The only reason you look down on someone is to reach your hand out and help them, to pull them up with you and then raise them up. We are about the network and the team, and that's so amazing. We are the dream team. That's what I like to say. And now you're probably familiar with networks. You're using them all the time. Maybe you saw this on a network that you're actually on. Maybe you're on Facebook or Pinterest or something. So networks aren't, it's not about which neighbors want to get going. There are so many networks out there to access, and so many people looking for referrals, so many people wanting to hear from others rather than just going and Google searching and actually hear firsthand experience of things they're seeking. So word of mouth, guys, and building the network is all it's about. And what I love most about network marketing is you really get to work where you want. This is where my office is. Actually, I'm a little sunburned today because I was at my office right here today. And you can take it with you. You have so much freedom. So long as you have internet and a telephone, you can work where you want, when you want, you design it. And then you get to work with whom you want. You choose the people that you work with. And that is incredible. You get to work with leaders within your team who've already done it, who have already reached millionaire status even, and you are right there alongside them, everyone doing the same thing. Now, here's one of my very favorite business partners. You get to stay home with your children if you are a parent and still create economy for your family. You can contribute, you can surpass your spouse's income and help retire them too. There is no limit. Anybody can do this, and that's the fun part of it. Um, I have so many different, I say, colors within my team, and it's so amazing. It's the only business where your past does not matter. We're not looking at a resume. We care about your future. What can you do? Who can you help? And then it's a business of personal growth that has a compensation plan attached. And what I mean about that is people who start, they might be timid. They might say, oh, well, this is not for me. But next thing you know, they just get passionate about what it is that they started consuming, if it's product driven or, learning or whatever kind of, product it may be. And it just naturally inspires you. Next thing you know, you're sharing, and next thing you know, you're growing. You grow. And that's what I love about this. Money is of no matter. The person I am today because of this industry is worth millions alone, just the growth that happens. Flexibility. You get to choose your time investment, part-time or full-time, all the time, no time, based on what you give is what you get. So you really, if you only need an extra $300 to make your bills meet at the end of the month, we've got a track to run on for that. If you, need like $4,000 a month to make things easier in your world, you might work a little harder. That's kind of the deal. So what I wanted to share with you, hopefully already you can see network marketing is a cool idea, whether that be for a second stream of income, whether that be for something, your only source of income, if right now you're a homemaker or you lost your job or you're seeking to get out. But if you are really happy in your job, I'm even talking about like retirement fund that pays you continually. So this could be, could fit in anywhere with anyone, but there are certain criteria to look for. And I actually am coming to you today, not just to share a network marketing, but a particular company. And these criteria are so important to me that I really delved in and said, well, why? Why is this company an amazing network marketing company? Because there are thousands out there. So how do you choose? Well, I choose based on this. Products that have no compromised ingredients, no crap in them, nothing that's harmful for your health, nothing that's questionable. Products that emotionally shift people, that make them better, make them feel better, that can help transform them, whether that be physically or just vibrationally, energetically, relieving stress, those types of things. I think that helping people can be on so many different levels. And then really importantly, a product that's consumable. Now, there are a lot of products out there, and if it's not consumable, the residual part of it might be hard. You might be working on retail only. If it's only a shade of lipstick, how many different lipsticks can you sell one woman? If it's only something to put on your eyelashes, how many men are you leaving out of your network who can't buy from you? So it's really important to me when I'm looking at a network marketing company to have those structures for their products. Now, for the compensation, it's not an MLM. If you're not familiar with what MLM means, that's multi-level marketing. Now, when it comes to compensation in an MLM, you have what is breakaways. You have a certain level down, it cuts off, and you never get paid again. And that's kind of where some people are like, is that a scheme? No, it just means you didn't pick the right 10 people to start with because only 2 of them went somewhere, and you kind of ended up in a dead end after a certain level. So that's kind of where there's a broken, some network marketing companies will have a broken compensation plan is what I refer to. Well, this company in particular doesn't. It's not an MLM. It's infinite. It's binary. Binary means 2. You don't build 10 teams and 10 deep. You build 2 teams only, and it's infinitely deep. No matter who invited who, invited who, invited who, invited who, those roots will continue growing with or without you as the good word and consumable, yummy, awesome products are continually shared. And you can will this to your loved ones. So when I die, that Monday check that comes in every week continues going to my daughter or however many more kids we end up with. And there's no cap. There's no ceiling to your income. You can keep growing as long as you want to keep investing your time and energy. And the support alone, I think, is really where it's at. We have built-in tools and systems, so it's not about you having to go to college to learn this stuff. The tools are there for you. It's an ABC plug in, earn while you learn feeling. The training is there for you in live and in live and real person, as well as live stream and virtual, kind of like you're getting right here, virtual trainings as well. There's a $30 million website that you get complete access to the second you say, sure, I'll check it out. I'll give it a test drive. Just by test driving it, you have that website and it's yours. And I say no cost really, because it's not that you're buying the website, you just access it. And then the culture. To me, that's one of the most important things about the support we have, is that we truly are a family. Whether you're financially linked or not, you can go into an amazing room of thousands of individuals whose lives have been transformed, and you wouldn't know who was connected to who, because the room is filled with love and support and building up and sharing of their success and how they did it. And there's no one hiding and saying, well, that's how my team does it, get away. It is an amazing culture, and you wouldn't even understand it until you stepped into it. And then the timing of this company is impeccable. The anti-aging market alone right now is $679 billion, and anti-aging is one of the solutions. Another solution, fitness and performance, in an industry that is $390 billion right now. You can see already, just based on the marketing of these products, what a huge market there is. Nutrition and weight loss. I mean, how many times in a day do you hear someone saying, oh, I just want to get started. Oh, I just want to lose these 10 pounds. Oh man, I'll start next week, or wait till New Year's, or who knows. Everyone's talking about weight and food and what they ate, what they shouldn't eat, what happened last night. So a $277 billion industry. And then lastly, health and wellness itself, just general health and wellness, is the next $1 trillion industry. Now, why is health and wellness different than nutrition and weight loss and performance? Because health and wellness often even continues falling into the category of holistic, comes into prevention, comes into a bigger spectrum. And you're sitting in the right spot right now learning about this company, because we are a triple threat. We are that perfect storm, and we are taking the world by storm. It is called Isagenix. Isagenix is a company based on solutions to transform lives. That really is our motto. And our vision is to impact world health and free people from both physical and financial pain, and in the process create the largest health and wellness company in the world. We are well on our way. Our co-founder, Kathy Coover, actually has a vision to create more 6- and 7-figure income earners than any other company that has ever existed. And that too is coming to fruition. It is incredible, the growth that has been happening. And when you look at this and you say, well, I'm not interested in financial. Well, are you interested in physical? Or maybe you're not interested in physical. You feel all healthy. You're looking into this for financial. Well, I'll let you know, it's almost inseparable because of the beauty of the marketing plan. Now, the solutions are weight loss, energy, performance, youthful aging. Now, who doesn't want that? And wealth creation. So how many people do you know who might be looking for one of those things? The list goes on forever. I can never stop wondering who wants what next. And it's just real people. I'm just normal. I'm just a normal girl from the Midwest who, spent some time in New York City and is still doing my due, getting real results. That's what's the most incredible thing. I mean, when you start to see pictures, well, what is it? It's food. It's just superfood, I like to call it. Now, if you're familiar with the word superfood, it just means a lot of nutrients packed in to something that has less caloric value. So this is a full meal replacement. You're seeing all of this nutrition wrapped around here. Can you imagine having to eat all of that and then thinking you're still getting a low-cal diet? And that's just in one meal. So you can see now why it's a superfood. It does super things for your body, cellular nutrition. And it really faces not only that malnourishment that we have, but detoxing, because we're in a toxic world. So you see this person on the right with all that visceral fat. That's the yellow stuff surrounding their organs. When you are aiding the body in cellular cleansing, not colon cleansing, this isn't poo-poo stuff, you are eliminating that fat first, the toxic fat and the dangerous fat. The fat that is actually an indicator of your health. It's highly acidic. and it is really an indication of your risk for heart disease. So even look at that person's heart on the right. Oh man, it's even coated with visceral fat. That is why people are feeling better and showing incredible results. Check out these waistlines. Because I'm a trainer for so long, waistlines just don't come off easily with exercise, even if you're going to start eating like a rabbit. I have been in the industry long enough and trained people even up to 6 times in a week continually, and I don't get these kinds of results, even if I am in charge of their diet. I'm a fitness nutrition specialist. I used to shy away from shakes because they're full of crap. A lot of them on the market still are. But when you find something so superior that not only is changing your waistline and getting you confident in your skin or putting on muscle, that's the option too, you start to feel so good. Can you see these smiles? Or maybe you're focused on the waistlines, but those smiles, people are coming to life. Well, here's my time to bring in some social proof for you. You can hear me talking plenty. But this beauty right here, Courtney Magaro, she is incredible. I'm so blessed that she's come into my life, not only because of the friendship that we've created, but the business venture that we share and the mission and vision that we share. So Courtney, go ahead and unmute your mic and do get in here into this thing. Go ahead and unmute for me. I cannot wait for you to hear Courtney's story because she's just a shining light herself, and her story is pretty incredible. The vision she has and wants to cast. So great. You're unmuted now, Courtney. Will you please just tell everyone who's watching what and how and why Isagenix?
Absolutely. And first of all, KJ, thank you for having story is I have 2 different Isagenix stories, actually, my health story and my wealth story. And like KJ mentioned before, they're really inevitably intertwined. So I came into Isagenix as a solution for weight loss. I am an actress in New York City, and I was getting ready to have my headshots taken and audition professionally and get ready to take Broadway by storm. So I was just looking to slim down, and I came into Isagenix. I got connected with Kelly Jo through a mutual friend at an acting school that we both went. So wasn't this just product, trying anything? Not only did I lose 17 inches, and 3 of those inches were off of my waist, but I was floored at how amazing I felt. And, you know, the weight loss was great, and that newfound confidence in my body was awesome, but I've started to think of fitness and health in a whole new light because I have never felt this good. I have never felt this vibrant. I was sleeping better. I was showing up to 8 a.m. classes at school, and my teachers were like, "What are you doing? You are so vibrant. You're so energetic." And it was just, as an actress, as a performer who always has to be on, this was so important to me. So fast forward a couple of months, a couple of years even, and I'm in New York City, and I'm graduating, and I'm auditioning. And, you know, we think of acting and we think of auditioning and we think of that starving artist stereotype. And I was prepared for that, honestly. When I told people I was going to, I said, I don't care. I'll wait table takes because I'm going to be on Broadway. What I wasn't prepared for was missing an audition because if I didn't work this shift and make that $72.50 on that day, I won't be able to make rent that month. Or skipping a weekend at the beach with my family because I needed to work, I couldn't get time off. And months would go by, and maybe I'd go to 1 audition, maybe 2. I'd watch friends book stuff, and I just felt really left out. And one day I sat down with myself and I said, something's got to do. I want to still act. Yes. If I don't, no. Okay, what's in the way? So I thought about it. and I realized I was sitting on this amazing opportunity that Isagenix afforded me. Now, when I first started, I didn't want to get into the business because network marketing was, to be honest, it was a little scary to me. I mean, you look at, there's no cap on your abundance, and you can make as much as you want. And in this work of obligation, we work this dream, having no limit seems so unattainable. And that's how I felt at first. But then I'd watch people like Kelly Jo, I'd watch people on my team living their lives and owning their lives. And I realized we're all entitled to that. That is why we're here. We don't have to climb up the ladder and, you know, we work this much and then we earn our happiness. No, we're here and we're going to be happy now. And through our happiness, we're going to get that success. So I'm ready for this new way. And I want to bring as many people as I can with me. My actor, I'm ready to get rid of the starving artist stereotype completely. We're done with that.
That is amazing. Now, I know that there may have been a little bit of a delay if anyone was watching in Courtney's response, but I talked to her even before this. So I'm just even going to nutshell like the beauty and amazing thing that she now embraces, not only for her life, for her better self to shine as the actress she is she's now able to bring that to fellow actors. Talk about building others up. I mean, other actors are her competition, but they're also her friends. So I love that, Courtney, you said yes. And I know you came to this for health. And I remember it was your headshot time. I remember helping you there. And that amazed feeling that you had is something that now you know so many people are missing out on. And even if they think they feel good, that was the thing with me. I already felt good. I was already fit. Good got better to a new world that I didn't know could happen. So Courtney, thank you. Thank you. You're amazing and you're beautiful. And I thank you for taking your time and being here with us because people need to hear it. And now Courtney's young, guys. So, I mean, she's got so much time ahead of her to build that legacy. What maybe now is to fuel her vision and dreams for her acting. And even when she's on Broadway and is a superstar and we're seeing her win all these awards for her talents, she is still making pajama money. That's sleeping and waking up and money happened while you slept. That's amazing. Well, I'm going to just go ahead and get back to the slides, guys. I want to be pretty delicate here on your time. Go ahead and mute out, Courtney, so I'll get this going, guys. I'm sure you have a lot of questions already, and we're here to get them answered. So let's get back here. She's beautiful. Dynamite, this woman. Now, clinical proof for all of you who are like, yeah, I've heard it from enough people. I want to see the studies. Well, that's what we've got. We've got published studies in published journals. Now, this one in particular was done University of Chicago, University of Illinois in Chicago. And it was a study on intermittent fasting, which wasn't just how does Isagenix compare to a diet. Both of the groups were doing intermittent fasting, because look into the research of intermittent fasting, guys. It's not, Isagenix didn't come up with it. It's been around for thousands and thousands of years. And it's been proven to improve health, cellular health, even brain health even. Well, it's different using a placebo or water and tea or juicing. It's different when you actually have scientifically designed proprietary blends of your nutrition supporting your body's amazement. Isagenix, 56% more weight loss in 10 weeks, 47% more fat loss in 10 weeks. Weight loss and fat loss are different, guys, and that's the beauty of this. You're not going to lose muscle. You're going to lose fat. 2 times the loss of visceral fat. That's that ucky waistline nasty stuff. And then 35% greater reduction in oxidative stress, the measures of oxidative stress. And that's not it. People always want to know, well, what happens after I'm done? Well, I ask you, well, if you went to the gym and put on some awesome muscle, you were all sexy with your six pack and your big pecs and your shoulders, or if you're a chick, you got your sassy booty on, and then you worked hard for that. You committed, and then you said, oh, I got it. Now I'm just going to lay around and eat my bonbons. Do you think those results are going to stick around? No. You go to the gym at least a few times a week. Even if you're bringing your workouts down to moderate, you're going to maintain. So that's what we say to people. After you get to your goal, you go into maintenance mode. Now, this study from Skidmore, this was a study where everyone involved did 11 weeks of Isagenix. Everyone across the board, 17% decreased body fat, 33% visceral fat loss, 9% increased lean muscle. We just talked about that one. And then they separated the two groups. Half the group went into just clean eating, whole food diet. It's called the Heart Healthy Diet, recommended by doctors and the government to avoid things like diabetes or heart disease. It's a really great recommended diet. Versus Isagenix maintenance. That means one shake a day of that awesome shake I showed you. And choosing if you want to do a cleanse day per month, maybe 1 week. That's the intermittent fasting portion. But just one shake a day. 4 times, oops, I missed that, 4 times more fat loss, 4 times more muscle increased, continued toxic release. I mean, Isagenix maintenance, people are still transforming. Both of these are studied and published. If you want your hands on them, just, talk to one of us. Now let's talk about your partners in this. If this is for you, health or wealth, I mean, let's just even talk about the company itself. Over a decade of financial growth and stability. $4 billion in cumulative sales. I mean, we're doing something right there. 2015 alone, nearly $900 million in sales. You're looking at multiple Stevie Awards. If you're not familiar with that, it's like the Emmys or the Grammys of business. So Stevie Awards are pretty honorable recognition. 9 consecutive years voted in Inc. 5000. Ranked number 22 globally in direct selling news. Now, globally, guys, do you know how many network marketing companies are out there? And in being ranked number 22, those above our company have been in business for, I'm talking 30 years, 50 years or more. Those are the people sitting above us in rank. And we are 14 years young. Featured in popular magazines. You can see those right there. Elle, Prosper, all those good things. So what does Isagenix do for you? Aside from transform your body and your health, they do all of the R&D. They're actually doing all the licensing. They've got us covered. They're going to take care of all the events and the support, facilitating all of the purchases. You do not need to find products, pack it into your closet or your garage, and walk them over to your neighbors when they arrive. You do not need to stock up. What it is everything's done online, shipped directly to the people, shipped by the company. You're just the one who says, you know what's easy? I get online and shop from my own superfood store and get paid every Monday for eating healthy and feeling my best. Would you like to have your own wholesale account? You can order yourself. It's like Amazon. Amazon meets Costco, meaning it's great wholesale prices like Costco, with amazing customer service like Nordstrom's. It's a perfect lineup. You're not doing the work. They do the work for you. And now what do? Well, you're going to put the product in your body. You're going to feel good. You're going to start recommending the products. And then you, as you continue sharing, are going to identify business partners along the way. They just might be natural product sharers because of true excitement and, maybe they're chatty. And naturally, they fall into what we say, the product sharer who just continues to get products for free and grow. Or they might literally, once they've, sampled and tasted, said, wow, I really do stand behind this and the company. I want something more in my life. Just identify those people. Not everyone's going to be one, I promise. Tons of people are just looking for a health solution and are very happy with just that. But that's beautiful because they're in the family regardless. You'll start locally and build globally. Now, what I didn't include in my story was that I relocated. I left Manhattan about 6 months after my daughter was born, because when she was born and I decided to use Isagenix for everything it offered, I was already using it for health. It was already a second stream of income for me organically, using it with my clients, sharing it with those I love because it was important to me that they be healthy. I made a decision and said, I'm going to really cash in on what this company offers for the opportunity. And 6 months after I made that decision, we were able to leave Manhattan because I didn't have to work with clients anymore. I was able to work from home. And now I can work globally. It's amazing what you can do. It's incredible. It's incredible. But the bottom line, it's still all about you guys. This entire webinar is about you, not about me or Courtney. I'm so glad you did come to check us out, but it's your goals. What are your goals physically? Financially, do you have big dreams? What are your needs? Because what you need might be different than what your goal is. Has someone, expressed to you maybe what they would want from you and you feel a burden or a need to fulfill? And what's your budget? Because we work with you where you are. Now, in some spectrum, it's free. And I just want to it's kind of comical what I'm going to say right now, but this is like a bigger picture of why it's actually, sure, it's an investment, but here's why it's free. It's free because if you don't get your health back, you get your money back. So it's completely risk-free. I like to also say to the ladies, if you don't get your sexy back, you're going to get your money back. Now, we are already eating. So you're just going to take a portion of that spending that you put into grocery and know that when you get this box in the mail, you're just consuming for 1 or 2 meals of your day, depending on if you're on weight loss program or muscle program, whatever you're doing. You are just substituting some of your meals into superfood, the superfood you buy from your own store that pays you on your own purchases. And so it's already, it's kind of like just using money you're already using for things you're already spending it on. And that would be food. Inviting friends to do it with you. And that's called a support team. Now, I'm telling you, you want a support team when you're going to venture into something fun like this. 2 reasons. Number 1, you are going to want the accountability. That makes it easier on you. Number 2, if I had a best friend who was like, ooh, I can lose 10 pounds this month, or I can lose 10 pounds in these first couple of weeks. Okay, give it to me. And she didn't tell me that. And she's going to show up on the beach, or she's going to show up to the party looking banging, and she kept it a secret. As her friend, I'm going to be frustrated, right? Now, a lot of people might say, well, I'm not going to do it until I try it. Well, I say, well, we have over 550,000 people who've tried it with great and happy success. So if you went to a movie and you heard from 500,000 people the movie was spectacular, are you going to say, yeah, I heard it was spectacular, but I got to watch it first before I invite my friends? Well, that would be, again, a stingy move. And you'd have to rewatch it with them when they heard how good it was. So just like you would a good movie you already know is amazing, I can promise you this is too. So you just invite your friends to do it with you. Let them get their sexy back. And now let me just, and I'm almost done here, guys. I'm so thankful you stuck around here. Let me just quickly share with you four of the very many options of ways to get started. Now, this first one is named after me, the Business Builder Pack. Now, if you're looking to start a business, a brick and mortar, or any business, even a software or online business, you are looking at multiple thousands of dollars. Now here, you can get a business in a box for a whopping low $1,100, $1,099, completely tax deductible with pre-tax money. So that's amazing. I call it the family pack. Look at how much is involved. You and your husband, you and your wife, you and your best friend or your roommate can get started on this, share the cost, start reaping the benefits, and then start building together. The next one is called the President's Pack. Now, this is a value pack. Looking at this, it's 3 systems in one. You've got your entire system that is giving you nutrition and cleanse. You've got your snacking. Snacking is the second system because people struggle with snacks, guys. And then you've got vitamins and minerals. That's the third system. 3 systems in one for $5.59. I mean, you can't get a value like that anywhere. You can't even go into GNC and buy all those things and think you're going to beat that price. And I'll tell you, what's happening in GNC doesn't even compare. So this is an amazing option too. Now, the next one, the Pacesetter Pack, is just a compromise on price. two of the three systems. The system you're not getting is the vitamins and minerals. You're going to have the full cleanse experience and all those snacks for $3.99. Great compromise on price. Lastly, you've got a single system. We call it the intro pack. That is just your nutrition and cleanse. And it does not come with snacks. It is $301. If we need to tack on those snacks, we have one called IsoDelight Plus. We don't let people cleanse without them. So we tack that on. You're looking more like $330. Out of your pocket there. Now, like I said, we're solutions based. Don't let a number scare you away, because nothing, absolutely nothing is more expensive than a missed opportunity. And if you think forward a year from now, you'll only had wished that you'd started today on so many reasons. So many reasons for your body, your health, your energy, and your family's future. What started for me as an option to quit my own career. I owned my own training business. That was the option I chose. Maybe you would never let go of your job or what you've built if you're an entrepreneur in your own business because you are in love with it. Well, that's not what we're asking either. But what you can do is build a legacy for your family, a foundational wall, a financial wall that is so strong, with such a strong foundation, unshakable, that no one can crash, no one can break through, because it's up to you. And that continued residual income, it blesses you in so many ways, even if it's family vacations, even if it's just the new shopping spree with your mom or whoever you want to invite. Maybe it's a charity you're able to give to. Whatever gets you dreaming and ticking, and whatever it is that gets you excited, that's what we want to bring to you today. Now, you're here because someone invited you, so get with that person and ask more questions. Jump in. We have Facebook groups, learn, and we just would love for you to take a closer look. We really appreciate you being here tonight, and I hope that you learned something and have a new and a bigger ambition to go after those dreams, because we're here to help make them happen. Changing lives and building dreams. Love you all. And Courtney, thank you so much for being a part of this. I love you, darling. And everyone have a wonderful night.